you work with different organizations in the past. So what do you say regarding what way said regarding to responsive app? Is it in story, so every customer wants a responsive app, or is it more related to in case? Or do you have experience regarding broke experiences in your projects, what you have done before?
So there's this particular project I can remember well was a manufacturing company. They had teams working in very different places. So the office staff used big desktop monitors, but the factory workers only had mobile devices. The app they had at first was built with fixed sizes. It looked okay on desktop, but on mobile, it was almost impossible to use because there were issues with button got cut off, forms were hard to fill because people had to zoom and scroll a lot. So because of this, the workers stopped using the app and went back to using their former way of doing things like writing down on paper because they could not use the application properly. So at that point, I was available to discuss with the client, and we were able to rebuild the app. This time, we used the things I mentioned recently, like the layout, containers, fill portions, and breakpoints based on the app width. Then we were able to design something beautiful for the client, and the new design gave desktop users a nice multi-column layout, and while mobile users were able to see they were able to see the section stacked vertically, and it was giving a nice view to them, and they were able to use it properly. So when they test it and launch it, many people started using it again. The factory worker found it much easier to do their task on mobile, and also the office staff enjoyed the better desktop version layouts. So this experience taught me that responsive design is not just a nice feature to use to have. It's really important for users to trust and use your app every day.
What tools do you use when designing or testing for responsiveness?
Okay, so the tools I use when I start building responsive, uh, the first place I go to is the play mode itself, the Power Studio play mode itself. Whenever I make adjustments in the in the Power Studio, so when I make the adjustment, I try to preview it, and this let me see how my app looks while I'm building it. I just look at one size. I manually resize the browser window, making it wider and narrower to watch how my layout changes at different widths. For example, when I click on this play mode itself, so when I come to this play mode, I check how it looks. Sometimes I click on the window size because sometimes they use it on window size itself. So I click on window size and see how it display. If I'm not creating anything, okay, let me see. This is not creating. So now I check every width this way. I first of all look at how it is showing. If it is getting stacked up together. For example, if some containers are overlapping on maybe the status container or the table container, Then if I'm able to view it in the play mode itself, I'll be able to see where the error is and I'll be able to make the adjustment. So instead of manually resizing or manually creating containers itself, I will just make those changes with using the conditional logic I've embedded in the Power App Studio. Then once it is done, I come to play mode and click on maybe any of these button here. Maybe for browser, I click on this part, and if I'm to view it on mobile device, then I click on this part which is showing phone. Then when I click on it, I select any of the mobile phone that is created here. So when I click on this, then it automatically changes the screen size to a mobile view. Then I will be able to see if it is working perfectly or not. So sometimes I even add temporary label on the screen that shows the current width of the app. So this help me know exactly what the width is at any moment, so I can adjust my breakpoint. Because we have, like I said, I use if app dot width is 650. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. I change it to 600 itself. So if it is less than 600, then I will be able to view it this way on mobile devices. So this helped me know exactly where the width is at the moment. So I can adjust my breakpoint and those important points where the layout should change more precisely. After I'm happy with how uh, things look in the studio, I move on to testing on real devices, because that means opening the app on phone, on tablet, like Android phone or iPhone, using the Power Apps mobile app. You might think that if it look good in the desktop preview, in the Power App Studio preview itself, it will look the same on the phone, but sometimes it doesn't. They can feel too small. So, like for example, this card itself might be overlapping inside this container. Instead of showing two columns, it can sometimes exceed to be a single column. So we need to check that in the app itself to see if there's actually any issue in it. Then we can adjust automatically, because what we are trying to do is that for mobile, it should fit any kind of phone, regarding if it is iPhone or Android. It has to fit in any kind of devices. So we need to check that in real device by testing it with iPhone or mobile. And the last one I use is the Power Monitor. This is just to check the app performance, if it is working properly or not, or if it is switching properly, because when we try to create application and we use a lot